it up. It's The Record Machine with your host, Jimmy Howell.
There was a time not long ago that I was truly blind. The water's deep and you should know what you have left behind. Wasted breath, fallen words upon forsaken hearts. I see you there. So if I look in your eyes and then I see all the lies you told, there's consequence for every destiny with your disguise and all the thousands of times you showed a part of you in fear of letting go. I still dwell upon the past, these wounds are hard to heal. Just when you think that things will last, another side's revealed. Trying to learn within yourself, look to brighter days. Wasted breath, fallen words that you say. So if I look in your eyes and then I see all the lies you told, there's consequence for every destiny with your disguise and all the thousands of times you showed a part of you in fear of letting go. I am my own instability, dying to hold a part of you in me.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome from the band Tantric, bassist Jaron Gulino to the program.
Hey, James.
How you doing, Jaron?
Good, how are you?
Pretty good. Where are you at today?
I am at Silver Dollar City in Branson, Missouri. It's kind of like a Six Flags style amusement park.
Oh, wow. On vacation?
Nope. It's about 45 minutes from where I live. I stay with my girl in Springfield, so just a little day off and decided to go outside and enjoy the weather.
Where are you originally from?
Pennsylvania, Jersey. I half PA now, but I grew up in Jersey.
Me too. I'm from Jersey.
What part?
I grew up in Bergen County in a town.
Nice.
In a town called Richfield Park.
I'm familiar.
And then when I met my wife, I moved down to Central Jersey, and we lived in Raritan and also in Bridgewater.
Nice. Yeah. Oh, that's an alarm to talk to you. I'm from Monmouth County, so like Middletown, Red Bank area.
Yeah, that's pretty cool, though, that you're from Jersey.
Yeah, man. I've actually, the last few people that I've chatted with and done some interviews with have been from Jersey, oddly enough. And it's been now a trend that I guess it's a fourth in a row streak.
Wow. Did you start playing bass at a young age? When did you know you wanted to play bass?
I didn't really know, I guess, that I wanted to. I was always a fan first, and I guess it wasn't until I was about 15 or so until I started seeing some of my friends playing, and I had a buddy who played guitar, and he went to the School of Rock in Pennsylvania where I was growing up, and he brought me over there one day, and like a bunch of my friends from school were in there like playing Slayer and King Diamond and all sorts of crazy metal, and I was like, well, if you guys can do this, well, why can't I? So I kind of just started plugging away, but I think bass mainly because my dad had one in the house, and he played back in the 70s a little bit, nothing crazy, nothing pro, but kind of, I guess, between that and also everyone needs a bass player type of thing. I think that's just kind of the way it came into effect. But glad I did, man. Always work for a bass player.
That's awesome. Who are some of your influences as far as bass players? Who do you look up to?
I would say overall, Geezer Butler from Sabbath. Man, I'm kind of a guitar freak, so like I love George Lynch and all the guitar heroes, Jakey Lee. But I try to channel some of that into what I do with the bass. But in terms of real bass players, man, I like Geezer. I like Steve Harris from Maiden. I like Sting. I like all sorts of guys, man. Richie Kotzen,
Geddy
super
Lee.
underrated.
What about Geddy Lee?
Yeah, Geddy Lee is sick too, man. I grew up on a lot of 70s and early 80s stuff. So, Deep Purple with Glenn Hughes, all that stuff, man. I love it all.
That's pretty awesome, man. Who was your favorite band growing up?
As a younger kid, I would say probably a tie between like Iron Maiden and Slayer. Those were my two big ones until I got a little older. And now, I don't know, man. I try not to pick favorite bands. I like players, man. I'm kind of into it, kind of like a sports fan would be, like different players make up different teams. I like bands that have all different lineups throughout the years, if someone's playing with so-and-so, I try to check it all out, but I'm super into a band called Evergrey from Sweden, and they've been my favorite band probably since I was a young teenager. So I'd say overall, it's probably, right up there with Sabbath and Purple.
That's pretty cool. The band you're in now formed in 1998 with former members of Days of the New, and over the years, the lineup has changed a few times, including adding you in 2017. How did you become the bassist of Tantric?
Well, long story short, right place at the right time. I had just gotten off tour with an Australian band called Delacoma, and the lineup for that band was hired pretty much to fly in and do shows. No rehearsals or anything really. We just kind of went and did it. The singer was a buddy of mine, and he needed a lineup. And the drummer Troy Patrick Farrell, he ended up after that gig calling me, offering me the Tantric gig because he had just did a show, I guess maybe like a week prior to this Australian thing that we did. And he's like, hey, I'm playing with this band Tantric. I might need a lineup. Would you be interested? And then by the time it all came about, we had like about 2 days to say yes, learn the music, and get out there and start the tour.
Was it an easy decision for you?
It was easy to say yes. I always wanted to step my career a little bit further than, where it was. So easy, yes, but there was a lot of sacrifices, that I had to make to do it. You can't be on tour all the time and have a full-time job. You can't, be with friends and family all the time. We're out almost 12 months a year touring. So to kind of shift gears was a little difficult, but I had no hesitation to say yes.
Yeah, I'm a big Days of the News fan. And when I heard the first Tantric record, I was like, wow, like Hugo is a great singer. What's it like working with Hugo?
He is quite the character, man. I'll tell you what, working with him in the studio, I mean, he's just, he's got some kind of magic vibe to him, man. He just pulls stuff out of his ass, and he's like, I got this idea. And, it's like one of the greatest melodies you've heard in a while, and then the guy gets on stage and he gives it 110% on stage every night. He sings great. Out of the, 400 or 500 shows we've done over the last couple of years, he's, I think, not been able to get through one of them from being sick. And, every other show he's blown it out of the park. So he's definitely a whiz kid with his craft, and love working with him, man. He's always a ride, always entertaining, lots of ups and downs in bands, but it's never boring, put it that way.
I read somewhere that you guys are working on a brand new album called The Sum of All Things. When can we expect that album?
So it's done. They are quoting the first single and video release for June, and then the full length will come in August, I am told, through Cleopatra Records.
Awesome. I love the title of that. How'd you guys come up with that? Is there a special meaning behind it?
Hugo's been throwing that one around for a few years now, just the whole title. And I think to him, after 20 years of doing the band, this is his, like you said, there's been a lot of lineups, so this is kind of his stride now. It's 20 years. He's still making music. He's got a steady lineup now, and I think we're all gelling, and I think he feels like out of all the 20 years combined, this is everything that he's done so far and everything that the band has come to be. And therefore, you will find the Sum of All Things is a good name to kind of describe what you're going to hear on the album. You know, it's old stuff, it's new stuff, it's vibes of everything over the last 20 years. So it's a nice taste of a legacy of, you know, an act.
Any remixes or covers on this record?
Well, we did when we recorded. It's, if I'm not mistaken, it's 11 new tracks, and 2 of them were re-records to make it 13 songs. So it was Breakdown and Down and Out were the 2 that we redid. I think Breakdown's already up on Spotify and all the platforms. It's Breakdown 2021, I think, is how they kind of title it. And Down and Out should be coming soon, and then you'll have 11 brand new songs. And if you buy the vinyl, I think there's even another bonus track on that one as well. But yeah, man, it's compared to the last one, you know, Mercury Retrograde was about 8 or 9 tracks. This one, you're getting a little bit more, and a little bit more of a group effort.
That's awesome. Besides Tantric, are you working on any other projects or with any other bands that you want to talk about?
Yeah, man, always something going on. I try to keep busy. The main one that I do outside of Tantric is called Heaven's Edge. It's an 80s band from back in the day, kind of around the time of Cinderella and all those East Coast bands. And, you know, I do that as much as, you know, they'll have me. They gig a couple times a year. So we usually do like Monsters of Rock, Cruise, or this year we're doing the M3 Festival in July. So it's more of a live thing, but there are talks about doing an album. So hopefully when I have more details about that, I can share. But hopefully some new music from the band for the first time in, you know, 30-something years. But aside from that, I just got done doing a record with a band called Delacoma. That you know, same thing that I was talking about earlier, the Australian band. Mm-hmm. We just did an album. I've been subbing in with them live for years, and you know, doing Tantric, I have no time really for anything else. You know, very, very few periods of time off. So to do projects, it's usually a lot of studio work. So I was happy to, you know, get approached about doing it, and finally gonna make some music with the guys that, you know, it's not just playing the other stuff live. Now I'm a part of the history and the legacy of this band, and I can't wait for it to come out, man. I think I sent you over one of the singles, Kill Your Idols. Mm-hmm. But the rest of the album, man, is killer. It's just, you know, it's hard rock, you know, lots of riffs, lots of, you know, ripping up, and, you know, it's my flavor for sure.
Awesome. I'm going to include that in the podcast with the Tantric track you sent me as well. Is that okay?
Yeah, absolutely, man.
Awesome.
The single has Tracy Guns playing the guitar from LA Guns, so pretty cool little tribute there. And I'm trying to think what else I got for you, man. I'm always doing stuff. I'm always posting about it. I do friends' albums. I do stuff for whoever. So as long as it's keeping my creative juices flowing, I'm always producing something. That's
pretty cool. Now, is it tough juggling your touring schedules with all these other projects?
It is. It's more scheduling the downtime. You know, with COVID and everything, our schedule, while we still were very, very busy, you know, we were out almost still every weekend, and now, I mean, we're booked all the way through the end of the year. So anytime that I get some weekdays off, or maybe like a week here, I'll kind of just tune everything else out and try to get on the computer and, you know, make some music. And people send me files. I try to demo while I'm on the road, in the hotel, you know, wherever I can squeeze in an hour or two. I'm always working on something.
Nice. When you're not touring or recording music, what are some of your hobbies? What do you like to do for fun?
Well, I love to go to amusement parks, that's for sure. Mm-hmm. Pretty much, man, I'm always doing something in that realm. I skateboard a little bit for fun, but, you know, that's not even really worth mentioning, only because I seldomly do it anymore to save my body. But I spend a lot of time with my girlfriend Cassandra has a band called Paralandra, and when we're not on tour, I'm usually on tour with them, you know, helping tour manage or drive, or, you know, whatever it is I can offer in terms of help. And I think between all these things, I stay pretty booked up and pretty full.
Do you have a bucket list, a rock and roll bucket list?
I think when I was younger, I did. Not so much anymore. I mean, most people probably, you know, I want to play Madison Square Garden, or, you know, something like that. And while that's all cool, you know, I was very lucky when I was younger, and I got to play, you know, a lot of historic venues in Philly, you know, where I'm from. So I think it's all equivalent, you know, within your own hometown. But we got to do the Eagles football stadium with Guns N' Roses in one of my early bands, Bach 22, and we had to play at the Flyers and the Sixers arena with Bon Jovi. And this year I'll get to do M3, which is definitely probably one of my last bucket list items. I've been going to M3 since I was a kid, so to go and be a part of the festival, let alone play, an amphitheater of that size is, I would say, another one on my bucket list. But I've been pretty lucky, and I've checked the majority of it off as I've been going.
I noticed on the Tantric Facebook page, the band has a lot of upcoming shows. Anything you want to talk about?
Show-wise, man, they're all special to me. Every weekend, every week that we play, we're not like saving, some surprises for the big show or Friday's show. We're taking it easy for Saturday's show. I mean, we go hard every night. We do almost 20 songs every single night. We don't really hold back. Bunch of cool summer dates, but at the same time, man, they're all cool. We play the small towns, we play the big towns, we play with big bands, we play with local bands. We do it all size stages, and I don't think that there is another band out there that really ranges like we do in terms of how much we work and the types of places. And we're very fortunate to get the best of both worlds, the highs and the lows, and we have fun every single day. I can honestly say that. So I would say that's the coolest thing to mention about the schedule coming up, is that there's lots of opportunities to have a good time.
Yeah, I noticed there's no Myrtle Beach on that schedule. Why not?
There will be more, man. A lot of these dates that you see on there were spawned from last year, a lot of rescheduled dates. And, with COVID, most people are only booking weekends right now. Like even a month ago, I wasn't really sure, how the summer would be, if there was going to be big tours or not. So we filled our year pretty much with a lot of stuff that looked feasible if the pandemic was still kind of a strong thing going on. But now that it's getting lifted, we could potentially do some bigger stuff, but we're already booked, man, and that's cool. We'll hit it hard next year with some routed tours and stuff, but it's always an ongoing wheel of dates. And I think as we get into the fall and the East Coast opens up a little more, Boston and places like that, New York, that are really tight, they'll all start coming there. And once we get, some routed dates, I think like Myrtle Beach, you'll see will come on there. We already have some North Carolina, South Carolina stuff, but it's real spotty.
Cool. Any websites you want to promote?
Right now, man, we just do everything through the Instagram and the Facebook. It's the easiest way to connect with the band. I'm pretty good at getting to everybody's messages and comments, and, I try to keep up on it all and keep people informed. I feel like when you have a website, you're just linking everybody to the socials anyway, so we just rely heavily on that. And, Instagram, official Tantric, and Facebook.com/Tantric. You can find us there for sure.
Well, Jaron, I want to thank you for taking the time out and chatting with me today, and I wish you all the best with the tour, and I can't wait to hear the new album.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man. If I get some files I can share, I'll be sure to send them your way, and I appreciate Chris for setting us up, and hopefully Myrtle Beach will be on the list, and we can have you out to a show. All
right, man. I look forward to that, and you enjoy the rest of the day with your family at the amusement park, all right?
Awesome. Thanks, James. Appreciate your time.
All right. Take care, brother. Bye.
Later, man.